Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crochet. Today is Wednesday, January 12th, I think. Being retired and living out in the middle of nowhere, you kind of lose track of time. Anyway, it's been a little while since I've been on to show you what I've been up to. I always think that I don't get a lot done, especially this last little while, because my daughter was here for 9 days with her brood and we had a blast. And I didn't think I got a lot done, but looking over here, I'm going, I got some stuff done. Still working on my big projects. They're blankets, so they take a while. But I figured I'd get on here real quick to show you what I've been up to. Fighting with the light. It is a gloomy, yucky day today, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna be crocheting, working on my blankets. But I thought I'd get on here and show you, bad lighting or not, I'm going to show you what I've been up to. The first thing that I was up to was when my daughter arrived, I challenged myself. I said, I wonder if I could make a sweater for her in the time that she was there, in the 9 days. And I did it. I did it in like 3 days. It was awesome. And the good thing about having her here was I kept getting her to try it. So I did not use a pattern or anything. I just kind of winged it as we went on. I'd get her to try it on. Okay, how long do you want the sleeves or whatever, right? And I asked her to go downstairs and pick a yarn, and she picked purple because that's her favorite. Thank God, because I have so much purple and I'm not a purple person. Anyway, she picked Brunette Premium in the color Orchid, which I still have a lot of. It's gonna go in a blanket. And I'm gonna show you a picture of her here. Again, there is no pattern, I just winged it. It's all double crochet using a 10.5mm hook. Actually, the yarn was held double and using a 10.5mm hook, which was, so fast. And like I said, she was here, so I got her to try it on as things progressed. It's just a raglan, top-down sweater. Then I did the sleeves, and she told me how long she wanted it. Done. So, very pleased with that. Obviously I don't have it here because she took it with her. The other thing that I did was I made this sweater. Now I made this sweater not this week or whatever. I made this a little while ago and I've been wearing it incessantly. And when I put together the video for my 12 days of Christmas swap, I happened to be wearing this when I did the intro. And so many of you commented and wondering if I had made this. Yes, I did. So this is the sweater. I'm going to stand back and I'm going to show you. This is the sweater that I made. And I'll show you a close-up. This is the stitch. Now I did follow a pattern and it does not look like the pattern that I followed. And I'll tell you why. I wanted to make this sweater. It's called the 4-Hour Fall Sweater by Heart Hook Home, who by the way has a vlog out now. I'll leave a link. But anyway, it's this one. It is free on her blog, but I did purchase the PDF. I like to have the written pattern. Well, actually now I've been using my tablet. I had this extra tablet, and the only thing on here is patterns. It's not a very huge memory-wise, so I think it's only like 30 gigs, which is great for patterns, right? So I've been storing them on here and saving a ton on ink, especially now since, between you and me, hubby's taking a college course, and so he's printing everything off because he's old school. He can't seem to work on that. He likes the printed, so he's been printing. So I stopped using ink and now he has started. Anyway, this yarn is Lion Brand Cobblestone and it is the color Current. And this is the yarn. I believe it's 100%. It's a number 4. And I believe it's 100% acrylic, and you get 3.5 ounces or 100 grams, 219 yards or 200 meters. And I've had quite a few. I actually had 7 balls of this. I used 6 for the sweater, and part of the 7th one. I did hold it double because the pattern calls for a bulky number 5, which I'm sure I have some, but I didn't bother. I wanted to use this, so I just held it double. Now, the reason it doesn't look the same, and I'll show you again. Hers is very lacy, which is what I thought I wanted when I started. But then she suggests using a gauge, making a gauge. So I did. This is using a 15mm hook, and this is the gauge. And I might do this sweater again because it is really, really easy. Like, I mean really easy. And using a number 5. But I wasn't liking how the gauge was coming out. So I dropped down to a 10.5mm. And this is what I got. And I loved it. It's squishy, stretchy. It is just wonderful. And that's what I did with this sweater. Yeah. And I did leave, she made hers longer, obviously because I had only so much yarn and that was a constraint. So I made it shorter. I made it like this. Yeah, I love this thing so much. I've been wearing it nonstop. I am wearing, so the reason I'm wearing a shirt underneath, because it's a boat neck, so you really shouldn't be wearing a shirt underneath, right? Because then it shows. But I put this on and I look through the viewfinder and you can see my bra and it's like, no. So I've been wearing it without a shirt underneath, so I have no idea if I was showing too much or what, but for the video, I'm doing the shirt underneath. But anyway, I love this. I feel squishy. I feel, look, no puckering. There's no puckering. Look at that. It's wonderful. I love it so much. I plan on making another one with the actual yarn, like the number 5, and a 15mm hook. So great job. I love it. I highly recommend the pattern. Really easy. Really, really easy. And I'm trying to remember the stitch. It's the one where you put a single crochet in one, double crochet in the next, then single crochet in the next, and so on and so forth. And then in the next row is the reverse of that. I cannot remember what the name of that is. But anyway, I loved it. And I will definitely be making it again. So got that done. Then, what else have I got done? All right, hold on. Then I had some of this was gifted to me. It is a Yarn Bee glowing finch feather is the color and is 100% acrylic. Anyway, I just love the colors. And what I initially wanted to do was make this super long, a knit sweater, but I knit it in a tube so that you're just going cylindrically, you know, round and round and round. But to be honest with you, I got bored. After one ball, I got bored. So what had happened was, do you guys remember I did the bush, not the bush tracker, the Musselburgh, which is essentially a tube, but it's a knit. But I didn't start it that way, so all I did was I cinched, I made a tube, knitted all this, cinched one end, cinched the other end, and then when you put it inside the other, you've got yourself a double thick hat. Now, because it was supposed to be a scarf, it's a little narrow, so it will only fit my head. Only fit my head. But I love it. It's not only do I have a small head, but I like my hats really quite tight. But look at this, it's so cute. So I might do another hat, just a little bigger with this ball. I have a little bit left from the other ball, so I might make another one. Or maybe I'll do the scarf. But anyway, so I just did that, and it's literally the easiest thing in the world. You're just knitting, knitting, knitting. There's no connecting. There's just round and round and round, and then you cinch both ends, put one inside the other, and you got yourself a double-walled hat. It's wonderful. So I've been using this one too. Then, I had always wanted to try Malabrigo Rasta. Now, if you live in Canada, Malabrigo in particular is ridiculously expensive. But I was, and I don't even remember where I found this, but I was online somewhere and they had Rasta on sale. I think it was Yarn Canada. And so I bought 2 thinking I'm gonna make a hat, because I think it's only comes, it said 90 yards. And maybe it's me, but I didn't know how far 90 yards would go. I didn't realize that I could make a whole hat out of 90 yards of, I think this is like a super bulky. Yeah, super bulky. It's 100% merino. It is buttery soft. Like, I cannot believe that this is wool. It is it's like cotton balls. It feels so light and airy. Anyway, so I bought 2 thinking I need 2 for a hat. And I did knit a hat. This is the Ross hat. Obviously I have to learn how my beginnings. In the chunky, I made it a little bigger thinking I was gonna give it away, but now I'm not giving it away. So, and I had enough for a pom-pom. So it's a little big for me, but that's okay. I've been wearing it. It's so cute and it's so soft and warm and oh, I love it. And so I got that, like I said, even though it's a little big on me, I'm keeping it. It is so soft. I love this stuff so much. So now I'm gonna save my pennies. I want a whole sweater out of this. I figure if I can get a hat at 90 yards, I gotta figure out how many yards I need of a super bulky. I've been looking for sweaters to get an idea of how much yarn I need, but there aren't a lot of sweaters in super bulky, and I think it's because people feel that it's heavy. I don't. Pile it on, the heavier the better. Anyway, so this one is gonna go to a dear friend of mine to give it a try. She's never tried Malabrigo. I'm gonna send this to her very soon because it's an extra one for me, right? Anyway, the color, oh, what is the color? The color is beautiful. It's almond blossom, but it's tonal, like it's got different shades, all different shades of pink. I love it. Then I just made, like I said, one of my fuzzy pom-poms. Love this thing so much. So again, Ross hat, I'll leave it down below. Then, doing my 12 days of Christmas swap, Crystal from Ricola's Corner gave me this kit, and it was the yarn and the pom-pom, and then a pattern. Now the pattern is called Creativo Hat. Now, there was no picture, so I had no idea, but I figured I'm gonna try it. Now, this is what confuses me sometimes. This is a basic knitted hat. The same as any other knitted hat, but they named it something different. So, yeah, I don't want to open up a can of worms or anything, but how is that possible? I've seen this exact same pattern named other things. How can you just put another name on it and call it your own? I don't know. But like I said, I don't want to start anything. I just sometimes wonder, you know, what are you paying for, right? Anyway, the yarn that was in here was Gadifra or Gadifra, proudly designed in Tuscany, and it's 67 virgin wool, 18% viscose, and 15% polyamide. It is, it's a muslin-free wool, so which is good. I don't know, the color is 02607, and you get 100 meters. Anyway, it's, I don't know if I would pronounce it, Gadifra, Gadifra, something like that, okay? It doesn't say where it's actually, or made in Italy. Okay, this is the yarn. Now, it's, I have to say, by far, now I'm not experienced with all the yarns out there, but this is the most unusual yarn that I have ever met. There are so many flaws to it, or so many negatives to it, and yet I love it. I'm boggled. I am like just, I'm surprised that I even like it. So in the ball band, it felt woolly, and so some people might say it's itchy, but I didn't find it itchy. But then started working with it, and there are sections which are so woolly, and then there's other sections which are so soft, like this purple section is buttery. This gray section is coarse. And then there's like a brown section in here, and I swear there's hay in there. There's like hard spots. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to show you. Let me see. I don't know if you can see that. There's chunks of hay or wood or something in there. I don't know what to say. And then the yarn is so unique that it goes from like thin like thread to like number 5 thickness and back and forth, and there's no uniformity to it at all. This is a knit, and like even here, this is not a stitch, these baubles, that's the yarn. Do you see it anywhere else? No, there was just a whole section of thin thread with baubles attached to it. I am boggled, I don't understand, but it is, I love it. I loved working with it, and I loved the way it came out. Really nice. And then it came with a pom-pom that has one of those snap-on things, which is great. Now, the pom-pom's a little floppy, I don't know, but when you put it on, it's great. Let me put it on for you. Look at this, it's so cute. Now I can guarantee you, nobody else is gonna have a hat like this. Nobody I know. Anyway, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Even though the pom-pom is a little floppy, I'm not sure how to make it more sturdy because you sew the little snap to the hat and then the pom-pom snaps on. But I don't care, I love it. So, I am on the fence about this yarn. I do love it. I love how it turned out. There is, like, it's almost like there's no uniformity, like it's all random. But there are sections which are quite coarse, like quite bark-like. I know, right? Anyway, so I'm quite pleased. Thank you, Crystal. You've introduced me to something new. I've never, oh, see, there's a piece of bark there. I've never worked with anything like this. And it's going to be something that I hold on to for a long time. Anyway, so got that done. And the last thing that I got done is another sweater. No pattern, but I think, let me try it on. Let me put it on. And all right, I put on the other sweater that I made. Now, a while ago, if you guys, oh, this is underneath the stand. I'm so sorry. Okay. A while ago, if you watched the video where Crystal from Bag O' Day sent me a whole box of joy. There was so much yarn in there, and I don't know, I still brings tears to my eyes when I think of what she's done for me. Anyway, in there were 10 skeins. Was it 10 or 8? Now I can't remember. Of this Ella Ray Cozy Alpaca Chunky, which, by the way, this is not chunky. It's a number 4 at best. And it is 70% acrylic, 30% alpaca, which means I'm gonna have to hand wash this. But anyway, it is, this is, I don't even know what color this is, color 509. Is this not me? Oh my God, I love it. Anyway, I started making this sweater and I ended up running out of yarn, and so I ordered 2 more, but ended up using only one more. So I have this one. I'm gonna send it to that same friend. I'm not sure how she feels about red, but I'm gonna share this one with her too, because maybe she hasn't felt something like this. This is buttery soft. It really, really is. I feel luxurious in this. I'm gonna stand back and show you. Okay, it's really long. Hopefully I'm in frame. I cannot see you, the camera. But I love this thing. Now, there are some mistakes, or I shouldn't say mistakes, because I winged this, so to me there's no mistakes. My seaming could be better. But I'm thinking once I wash this, it might actually, like, you know, what I was looking for was just something long that I can wear over tights and still be warm and feel luxurious. I love this so much. So I just winged it. I just put it together. This is all one piece. I actually learned how to do this from Crystal at Bag O' Day. There's a hoodie tutorial. I'm gonna leave the link down below. But she uses very big, bulky yarn, I think. I can't remember now. So the counts obviously wouldn't be the same. And this is all single crochet. This took me a while to make because it is single crochet. But I love the way that she taught how to make this opening. So you basically working up here, do your decreases, and then chain and do the back and then go down. Awesome. You don't have to make that hoodie. You could take that, which is what I did, take what you learned from Crystal's tutorial and make something of your own, which is what I did. So again, thank you, Crystal, for teaching me this concept of how to make this sweater. So there's no seam here. It doesn't have to, like, you know how when you have a seam and you're constantly doing this, or whatever? No seam. It's great. And then you just attach your, the end comes here, then you start working, you attach your yarn and work your sleeves, and all I did was 2 rows of front post, back post. Double crochet, left the bottom, left it plain. Now maybe I'll add a pocket here, like in the tutorial that she did. There's a pocket here and a hoodie. I did not want that, but maybe I will add a pocket. I don't know, maybe a square pocket, I don't know. I just love this thing so much. It is so soft, and like I said, it feels luxurious to me. To me, it feels great. So I used the yarn that Crystal sent me and the teachings that she taught me to create this. Anyway, that's what I have. I don't think I have anything else to show you. I'm working on, like I said, blankets. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be able to show you that. Otherwise, it's been pretty ho-hum around here since my daughter left. We're back to eating mostly salads now. I think I mentioned before that I've been trying to do meat-free or vegetarian, and when we have guests, it's kind of hard because everybody's what they call a meatitarian. So we just partake with them, I'll cook that way. But now we have nobody, so I'm back to salads, and hubby's on board. And it's funny, we've had, let's see, today's Wednesday, they left on Sunday, so we've had 3 days of salads, or yeah, three dinners of salads. Now when I say salads, it's not a little salad, it's a big bowl. And there's a lot of stuff in there, just no meat. And I feel lighter, and I don't know, I don't feel so heavy. I feel lighter, I feel healthier, so we're gonna continue that. Now I'm babbling. Anyway, I will let you go. I hope everyone is having a wonderful January, and we will talk soon.